So hello everyone, welcome to our show. And today, in the Career Talk with IT Professionals, we have a CTO, Sir Edison Go Tan. Hello, sir.
Hello, Rafi. How are you?
Great, great. Thank you for
Yeah,
being with us today.
of course. And of course, sa ating mga viewers, hello din sa inyong lahat.
Right. So, sir, let's get down to the point. What is a CTO? Or what are the roles and responsibilities of a Chief Technology Officer?
Well, primarily, you're the one responsible for giving direction to your team or, the company itself. And it's a very crucial role kasi especially for companies that are relying so much on IT, no?
Mm-hmm.
One thing that a CTO does is really to look at the long-term viability of whatever solution that the company is deploying. Of course, CTO also takes care of the skill sets then of the people actually working for the company, especially or specifically to the IT department then, no? And a lot more. So, nangyayari kasi ngayon, sanga-sanga na yan eh. If you look at a lot of companies, no, CTO also or sometimes give even the product direction din. Kasi syempre, nalalaman din nila ano ba yung possibility, ano yung trend, ano yung kayang gawin ng company short term and long term. So,
Right.
yun yung primary na ginagawa ng CTO.
Right. So our next question is what value or what skills is needed to be a CTO? No? Kailan ka parang ready, parang masasabi mo ready na ako maging CTO?
Well, for me, no, it's not just about skills eh.
Mm.
First, you need to learn the entire business.
Mm.
It's not just learning the tech part, no. It's very important because you need to adjust to the demand of the entire business then. Number two, you need to learn how to manage people.
Manage people, okay.
Yes, very important. Kasi you won't be able to motivate them. You won't be able to guide them if you don't know whatever they're doing or what they need, what they want, diba?
Mm-hmm.
So it's very important. And of course, communication. It's the most important thing right now, especially ngayon, we're all doing remote work. Syempre, unlike before, you go to the office, you talk to your people, you had regular meetings basically. Iba kasi yung nag-uusap kayo, na nagkikita kayo on a regular basis. Tapos ngayon, for more than a year na, we're doing all remote work, no? So, importante na mag-adjust din yung time. Kasi dati, kumbaga, pwede mong gawin na one is to many kasi nasa office lang naman kayo. But now, iba pa rin yung meron kang one-on-one minsan. I'm not saying you need to do that on a regular basis. But yeah, it's recommended.
Yes. Right. Sir, since you mentioned that there's a lot of management, no? What is your management style? Ikaw, personally, how do you manage your team?
Well, management style, I am not that strict on the deep. Well, not really. I'm more into output eh. Just to summarize, no. As long as you gave the right time, you deliver it on time, and that's what is expected from you, you're good.
Yeah, right.
Kumbaga, I don't even care if you played the entire week and you just delivered it on time.
So,
diba? Kasi most of the time, ang ginagawa kasi nung iba is nagma-micromanage eh. For me, I'm not that type of person. Kasi, well, of course, importante naman na may alam ka sa nangyayari at status din, no? I'm not saying hindi siya importante. But, giving more freedom to your people gives them, a sense of responsibility din eh. Kasi sila mismo mapapahiya din kapag wala silang na-deliver, wala silang nagawa. But, syempre, lahat ng tao may kanya-kanya tayong kumbaga, some people might be more efficient or more productive if you're working at night.
Mm-mm.
Diba? Some people might be uh, effective kapag working alone or sometimes may ka-group na kasama. Diba?
Mm-mm.
So, hindi lahat ng tao kasi is pare-pareho yung work habit. And before, we are forced to, work at the office. And now, it's totally different.
Right,
So,
right.
kailangan natin mag-adjust.
No? And speaking about adjustments, right? And you did touch this a bit, no, about remote working, no? How do you feel about remote working? Is this something you feel is the future of our career, or is this like something in the mix in between, or you think you know, um, what do you feel about remote working?
Well, remote working is not for everybody. There are some jobs that really needs to be on inside the office. But of course, there would be jobs na pwede mo naman gawin anywhere, especially for us IT.
Yes.
Development, for example, can be done remotely. But majority of the challenges lang kasi for a lot of companies, especially here in the Philippines, is that they didn't prepare before. Wala silang structure, wala silang flow, wala silang reporting kumbaga mechanism, even tracking of whatever they're doing. So, when they try to do remote work, sumasabog. Diba? Even if you meet every day, sometimes, medyo ano pa nga siya not really waste of time, but nababawasan yung productivity ng tao kasi kailangan pa niyang tumigil sa ginagawa niya, then kailangan niyang makipag-meeting, tapos sasabihin lang naman niya, hindi pa siya tapos, di ba?
So, hindi efficient ng nangyayari.
Yes. So, but of course, there would always be, hindi pa naman huli ang lahat, no?
Yes.
A lot of tools are online. They just need to learn how to adapt it and open up yung kanilang, kumbaga, company culture to embrace yung, kumbaga, new way of doing things.
Right. And buti na banggit mo to, no? Tools, kasi ito yung actually next question ko in terms of remote working and managing unexpected. Ano yung tools na you would recommend, or maybe you have first-hand experience din also, no, on how you manage management tools that you use?
Well, since my company is more into software development, no, we provide software solutions, no. Of course, importante sa amin like Git for code repository natin, 'di ba? So everybody would be able to, check in their, work. Of course, we also have yung mga project trackers natin. So we would be able to monitor what is completed, what is not. Diba?
Any particular project tracker yung parang ma-recommend mo?
Well, Jira is a good one. Trello is also workable. Depende lang kasi on how the company fits in Diba? So, hindi lang naman yun yung tools na available marami pa. But just for tracking purposes, actually, I already saw some companies, they even have their own custom made software just to track their operation within the company. So, other companies naman are using typical like SharePoint, or yung mga smaller companies, even just Excel nga online Diba? So, it's really about how those companies would set their own standard, no, in terms of how do they collaborate.
Right. No? And add ko lang siguro, no, for our audience, I personally also use some of these tools, and maybe sa developer din parang hassle naman ito mag-add, parang may konting admin. Pero for us sa top positions, we also look at that para we don't have to bother you. Hindi kami, hey, ano nangyari dyan? Instead, we look at the tools, no? Kasi ayaw namin nga na i-interrupt yung flow nyo. And so that's actually why sometimes these tools are very important for us as we
I
manage.
agree with you. I totally agree with you, Rafi, no? And not to mention, a lot of these tools are free. Pero syempre, sabi nga nila, may mga free na hindi naman talaga free. May limitations, di ba?
Yes.
But of course, it's up to, once again, that's the job of the CTO then to set the standard for the company. Ano ba yung gagamitin nila? Would they be setting up budget for those tools?
Mm-mm. Correct.
Diba?
Right. So sir, let's step back a bit, no, and tell the audience how you got into your current role, or how you know, in your company, how you became CTO. Even maybe discovering that IT was the field for you. So how did that journey start?
So, just to share, when I was in when I was in high school,
High school. Mm-mm.
oo, the original plan, or should I say dream, or kung ano man yung naisaktak sa utak ko, is that
Yes.
I want to kumbaga, I want to take up the masscom course,
Masscom. Okay, mass
advertising or
communication.
masscom.
Mm-mm.
Yun yung original. But nung high school days ko kasi, I'm really confident that I excel in computing, no, IT, programming, those things.
Was it
So,
because may class kayo na IT, or was it like on the side, parang mahilig ka na dun?
natural na siya sa akin that time eh.
Mm-mm.
Parang those were the days na lahat ng nangyayari sa computer kabisado ko.
Mm-mm.
'Di ba? And back then I was just a high school student. So parang it's a big deal back then, 'di ba?
Yes, yes.
And of course, college days, syempre, took up, comsci. So that's what, I got right now, BS comsci. So after that, syempre, yun yung naging track mo eh. You start working on those track, no? Syempre, development, programming, lipat konti sa sysad. I was also given a chance to teach. So, naging prof din ako for a while.
Great.
Tapos, since for some reason, parang may calling ako sa media, I was given a chance to lead the NBNU media before. It is Channel 4, by the way. So, napaghalo ko ngayon yung IT / yung pangarap ko before.
Yes, yes. Oh, that's a good story,
And,
no?
oo. So, nandun na yung yung syempre, the higher the role that was given to you, nandun yung more responsibility eh. So, at an early age or at a young age, I was given a chance to, hindi nga siya chance eh. Well, it's more of, I'm not pressured, by the way, no? But, yeah, parang ganon. I was pressured. Pero hindi siya pressure sa akin, right? Kumbaga, I was pressured to, syempre, level up. Kasi syempre, it's, it's not something that can be given to you anytime eh.
Yes, yes.
Diba?
Parang the stars aligned, and so parang sayang kung hindi mo ma-accomplish at the time. Yes, yeah.
Exactly. Then, of course, syempre, as we move forward, no, I was given a chance to work for Microsoft. So, okay, tanggap tayo. Nothing wrong. It's a good company, and I actually, one thing that I'm thankful for is that within Microsoft kasi, you learn a lot na hindi mo nakikita rin sa labas eh. Because at the end of the day, it's a big company, it's a multinational company. So
global
there are
company pa.
The global company. There's a lot of things, no, that would literally change on how you see things. Diba? And not to mention, they're actually catering to, some of the biggest companies here in the Philippines.
Right.
Then, of course, after that, I had a chance to work with Abs-Cbn. So, that's my last job before I founded, my company, Elinnov, with my friend Paulo. So, the rest is history. And right now, we're almost near 5 years na kami.
Right. No? Sir, a lot of the times, napansin mo, no, parang may chance. Was this chance, would you say, yung, kasi sabi nila, sometimes lucky lang talaga, no? Kasi biglang nagkaroon ng chance. But is there anything in particular that you did to make it more, parang, kung stat pa to, or statistics, parang mas mas lumaki yung chances mo in terms of getting those items. Was there like nag-further studies ka ba, or parang you really put yourself out there to get more chances, parang ganun?
Well, with regards to study, it never ends. That's
Mm-mm.
one thing. Hindi natatapos yan. So, personally, I would literally recommend everyone to continue studying.
Mm-mm.
Now, in terms of if it is by luck or by chance, pwede, pero hindi rin. Kasi, for me, no, it's all about, it's all about what you delivered and how people see it before and now. Diba? So, kumbaga, at an early age, I've worked hard to build that track record, kumbaga, na I can deliver. When I say this would happen, this would happen. So, those things it's actually very important. Na parang portfolio lang yan sa mga di ba? Sa mga common na well, for example, fresh grad ka, ang hahanapin sa'yo, ano na ba yung mga nagawa mo? Number one na question, di ba? So, most of the time, sagot, thesis. Pero, if you look at some people, even those times na pag-graduate pala sila, ang dami nila lang nagawa. Di ba? So, for me, those portfolio, or should I say, ano yung mga nagawa mo na, is a testament to your your capability. And you need to build ka ng ganon to kumbaga increase your reputation then as a as a good developer or whatever your role is.
Yes. Right.
So I think hindi kasi siya ang step ko lang dyan, it cannot be done overnight. Kailangan mo talaga magtiyaga, paghirapan yan. No shortcut. 10 years, 15 years. Diba?
Right.
And kailangan consistent Hindi pwedeng ngayon, ginanahan ka, tas biglang tinamad ka because you suddenly had this problem, then babalik ka ulit. Hindi pwedeng ganun Dapat pukpok lang ng pukpok, push lang ng push. And sabi ko nga din, there would always be a chance na you would fail. But pukpok pa rin, push lang.
Yes. So guys, don't give up, no? Even if you fail, bangon lang, no? Pukpok lang nga. Yun nga. Right. You mentioned about continuous learning, no? At your level, do you still code? Is there continuous coding? And if you do, ano yung current stack mo? What do you work on?
Well, of course, I need to continue learning coding. It's very important, no? But I'm not doing the actual kumbaga the big chunk, I'm not doing it anymore.
Yes.
At the end of the day, I'm also doing sysadmin stuff once in a while. Siyempre, importante rin yon. So, kumbaga, for me, it is recommended na alam mo yun, once in a while, you still refresh yourself.
Yes.
And of course, there would always be something new 'Di ba? Lagi may bago sa market, lagi may bagong framework, may bagong programming language. Ang ma-share ko lang siguro sa ating mga viewers is that hindi lahat ng bago gagamitin mo.
That's true.
Hindi lahat ng bago okay. Kahit sinasabi ng lahat ng tao na sa paligid mo, okay siya. 'Di ba? And as a CTO, I need to understand din kasi it's not just about the tech Sometimes you also look at the legal things, the licenses, 'di ba? And how it would impact yung projects in the long run. And lagi ko ang tanong, pag ginamit ko ba isang bagong tech na to, after 5 years nandiyan pa rin ba siya?
Tama. Nako, mahirap 'yun na tanong, no? Kasi right now, parang ang bilis
of course,
ng
sabihin
technology.
Ng iba, it's always evolving 'di ba? Well, sabi nga IT never ends. It always evolves. Pero the question is, kumbaga, if you are building something that would be used by companies for generations, 'di ba? Parang banking system lang yan. Nakapobol pa nga ngayon.
Mm.
More than 30 years na yon, di ba? So, it's still there. But, yung support, nandun pa rin. Importante yon, especially for big companies. For the rest, medyo nawawala eh. Nagiging hype lang siya, tapos biglang next week, may bago na naman. Nakakalimutan na yung, yung hype last month or last few weeks. Di ba?
Yeah, tama
So,
yan.
just learn, understand why is it created, ano yung sinosolve niyang problem, and look at, the pros and cons on the bigger picture. Hindi lang yung dahil cool siya, dahil bago siya, dahil, gawa siya ni ganitong tao or ganitong company.
Yes. Tama ka dyan. No? May term ako dyan. You can be in the leading edge, wag lang yung bleeding, no? Hindi yung dumudugo na edge. Right.
Tama.
So, sir, many people look at you and from your journey, and they feel like you're quite successful, no? You're able to build up your career well. You're able to build up your own IT company and run it, no? But in your own words, what makes you successful, or how do you personally define success?
Well, for me, when I say successful, wala akong stress.
Wala kang stress. Mukha namang happy person ka lagi, no?
Hindi kasi syempre, kapag hindi ka masaya sa ginagawa mo, hindi siya considered successful eh. 'Di ba? And the question is, yung mga ginagawa mo ba, is it just for you or for your family or for your friends? 'Di ba? So yun yung goals na tinitingnan mo eh. And if na-set mo yung goals na yan, na nasabi mo, ay, etong ginagawa ko, masaya ako kasi pakikinabang dito yung mga close sa akin. And we're doing great on that. Kumbaga yung roadmap na susunod, 'di ba? That's already considered success.
Right.
For me. Hindi ko sasabihin na successful kapag kumita ka ng ilang milyon. Hindi siya, for me, it's not a benchmark. Kasi, kumita ka man ng ilang milyon ngayon, pwedeng bukas wala na yung kumpanya mo. Pwedeng bukas wala na yung mga kaibigan mo. 'Di ba?
Yes, tama.
So, yun.
Right, no?
As long as you're happy, kumbaga, and you're happy, you're fulfilled, and you could actually do whatever you want, and everybody around you is also happy. Siguro that's the summary of it. That is success for me.
Great, no? Next question naman is, given that, your definition of success and your career, do you have anything right now that you're quite passionate about? Is there anything new na you're pursuing, whether it be in the IT space or outside the IT space, no?
Well, a little bit outside IT. Well, dikit pa rin, but there are some. I'm actually doing some YouTube content, and soon I'll be having contents on national TV. But it's being prepared right now, no? So, for some reason, as I mentioned earlier, para may calling out sa media eh. Parang every time na may mag-o-offer sa media, parang nahahatak ako doon.
Yes.
But, once again, I'm happy with it. I was able to do it, and so far, it's doing great. Marami din natutulungan, so that's something na, for me, may matulungan lang ako kahit konti, okay na yun eh. May mapasaya lang ako kahit konti, okay na rin yun. Diba?
Right. No? And I see the passion that you're doing is like, it's also a form of parang work-life balance for you, no? Correct me if I'm wrong, no? Is that how you treat itong passion mo, right? In that sense?
Work-life balance, yes. Because sabi ko nga, that's one thing that makes me happy. And that's, parang calling ko nga. So,
right.
Yeah. Hindi siya, hindi siya stressful, as I mentioned earlier. Diba?
Yes.
And I am, kumbaga, helping a lot of people with a simple, simple things that I'm doing. Maraming natutulungan, maraming natutuwa. Sometimes somebody would just PM me, parang referencing my content or some, mga tips na binigay ko. and it's actually being helpful to them. So that's something already.
Right, no? And audience, if natulungan kayo ni Sir Edison before, comment kayo sa baba, no? Para, and yeah.
Yes.
Uh, any advice naman sa audience natin on how to be you po? No? Ito yung term na naririnig
Well,
natin, no?
I
How to
think
be you po.
it's not about how to be me. I would say it's how you actually become fulfilled in your life.
Mm-mm.
Kasi hindi naman lahat ng tao is kumbaga destined to be at some position, 'di ba? May mga tao na developer lang masaya na siya because
Yes.
ang gusto niya talaga mag-code, to build something, 'di ba? May ganung tao eh.
Mm-mm.
Meron namang tao na destined talaga to, to lead. So,
Mm-mm.
I think ang masasabi ko lang sa inyong lahat, no, it's never say die.
Never say die, no? Wow, interesting.
Kasi kumbaga sabi ko nga kanina, push lang ng push. 'Di ba? If you fail, push pa rin. But of course, you need to learn how to stop a little and reorganize yourself. 'Di ba? Hindi naman kumbaga, hindi ko pag hindi ibig sabihin ng push sumablay ka na sa ganitong approach mo, go ka pa din. What I'm saying is that if you encountered any hiccups, you need to think about how you are going to overcome that.
Right.
Lagi naman may solusyon eh. 'Di ba? And maybe sometimes it's just about the right timing din. Maybe too early ka or maybe nadili ka konti o kaya naman for a lot of reasons na hindi mo rin masasagot ngayon. But if you really believe in something that you want to do and tingin mong clear yung goal mo, then go for it.
Yes.
Wag, para hindi mo pagsisihan sa dulo na hindi mo siya ginawa or wala kang ginawa. Kasi by doing it or if you do it, nag-fail ka, you're still fulfilled eh. Kasi nagawa mo, alam mong hindi talaga para sa'yo.
At least you tried, no? Parang ganun yung effect.
Yeah, you tried. Di mo sisisihin sarili mo in the next maybe 40 years. Di ba?
Yes.
Na nung bata ako, hindi ko siya ginawa hanggang sa hindi ko na kaya. So, parang yun yung mas pangit na regrets in your life. And syempre, ikukwento mo yun sa anak mo in the future. Di ba?
Yeah.
So, yun.
Sure.
And of course, guys, stay happy, stay safe.
Of course. Magandang advice nga yun, no? Parang if you had to advise yourself nung high school ka pa lang, parang magandang advice nga yun. Parang, so always stay happy.
Actually, sa totoo lang, I would advise especially yung mga nasa high school pa lang or even mga early college, no? Hindi reason yung college lang, student pa lang kayo para wala kayong magawa. Kasi I have lots of friends, no? Yung iba nga hindi nakatapos pa eh. But they're so successful, no, in their whatever they're doing. Kasi bata pa lang sila, they really they did their best to excel in what they do best. So hindi reason yung estudyante ka pa lang, ito lang kaya mo. Hindi ako naniniwala doon. Kasi I myself, I was challenged when I was still a student. And we delivered. It's just a matter of siguro ang nakikita ko lang kulang sa mga karamihan na students natin here in the Philippines is exposure.
Ito nga yung gusto natin gawin with our talks right now is para ma-expose sila sa different stories, para makita nila na may na-interview tayo, tingnan nyo sa playlist natin, hindi siya nakatapos pero very successful pa rin.
Yes, I agree with you on that. Yeah, go lang ng go.
Right. Tama na. Sir, one last question, no? And I think relevant siya sa panahon na yun is a lot of medyo patapos na yung school year. A lot of them are considering, paano to? Medyo bleak or medyo konti lang yung hiring or may iba doon na sasabihin na wala akong experience, di ba? Kaya nga ako magtatrabaho to get experience, pero ang requirement is may experience, no? So ano ang masasabi natin or advice or parang maybe in your own company, no? Paano ka nag-hire? Parang ganyan. Para at least may maisip lang nila, ganito pala mag-isip ang ang management para if ever mas malaki yung
Ako,
chance ko na ma-hire. Oo.
siguro masasabi ko lang, kasi given naman yon na if you are a fresh grad, for example, wala ka talaga experience, di ba? Pero babalik ulit tayo sa point na if you have done a lot of portfolio,
Parang
right?
kahit POC lang, no? POC or proof of concept lang. Oo.
Proof of concept or preferably working talaga in production, 'di ba? Regardless kung malaki o maliit. Then those are, some things that you could actually be proud of. You could share to your potential employer na, okay, I am not a graduate yet, but I was able to do this, and this, and you could take a look at this. It actually works. This is being used by this company or group, and it helps them to be more efficient. Blah blah blah. It's just a matter of, well, I also want to advise then, uh, especially for the students, no, you need to learn how to communicate well.
Very good advice yan, no? That's actually, hindi
And
masyado
in English.
nabibigay yan. In English? Okay, in English.
Kasi bakit? Especially in IT, we are actually, in a global, kumbaga, globalize yung IT eh. Diba? In fact, when you're using your computer, it's in English.
True. Yung programming
Simple as
language natin, a lot of it is
instructions
in
are in English. Yes. So if you cannot understand English, how can you actually excel at the very least IT? 'Di ba? Ibang usapan yung ibang mga trabaho. Right? For example, as a let's just use QA, quality assurance, no? It's actually a good job, no? Na hindi pinapansin, akala walang kwenta.
Pero magandang
imagine,
trabaho yung QA,
may importante
QA
siya.
Pa. Super.
Yes. Imagine if you don't know if you don't know English or you're not, excelling in English, kung may maling grammar do sa chine-check mong program, miss out kagad yon. Lulusot na yon sa product. Possible na lumusot sa production. And yun nga yung trabaho mo as QA to check kung may mali. Diba?
Right.
Sample lang yun, ha? I'm not saying yun lang yung ginagawa ng QA.
So, good advice yan, no? Also, brush up on our communication and English skills, guys, no?
Yes.
Yeah.
And don't oversell. Pag hindi mo alam, hindi mo alam. Prepare for it. Diba? So, if you wrote on your resume that, for example, this programming language, diba? Hindi yung hello world lang. Kasi pag in-interview ka, pag tinanong ka ng future employer mo or potential employer mo, sabihin sa'yo, you wrote here, C# or Python or what, diba? So, how good are you in those, language? Tapos bigla mong sasagot, ano lang po, nag-try lang ako sa, online tutorial. It doesn't count. So, parang, instead na makabuti sa'yo, nasira ka lalo.
So, parang be honest.
Kasi ang magiging dating kasi dun sa employer, para lang siya nag-aaral ng galaro. Di ba?
Right, no? So, ang napansin ko sa mga resumes pala, recently, is parang may scale sila 1 to 10. No? Ang advice mo ba is, wag nila isagad sa 10 yun? Parang ilagay mo na nila sa 8, ganyan, or 9?
Actually, I myself, I won't put 10 there.
Wow. Narinig nyo na yan, guys, ha? Even a CTO won't put himself 10 there. Oo.
Kasi, the reality is, it's a never-ending, evolving, stuff, eh. Diba? Kaya nga, lagi tayo may bagong version. Ultimate programming language, may bagong version. May bagong mga functions, may mga bagong methods, and so on. So, hindi yan natatapos, and even tutok ka sa isang tech, no? Hindi mo siya makukumpleto 100%.
True. Oo.
Diba? Unless wala ka talaga social life at yun lang talaga ginagawa mo buong araw.
Even then, parang mahirap pa rin eh. Sa lawak
mahirap pa din.
ng Oo.
Diba?
Right. Alright, so that's it, no, guys. I hope you learned something new about, tips on your career and, how CTOs think, and I hope this helps you. Any last shout out, Sir Edison? Kung meron man.
Well, of course, wala naman shout out, but yeah, hi to everyone out there. Of course, Rafi, thank you for
Oh,
having me on your show.
thank you din.
And I hope makapag-inspire pa tayo ng mas maraming tao out there, no?
Yes. Right. And plug ko lang din, no? May nahiya si Sir, hindi man nahiya, pero may YouTube channel din si Sir Edison Tan, no? So tingnan niyo 'yon. Ilalagay
Ayan.
ko yung link sa baba.
Actually, Second Ed PH, sinabi mo na rin. So,
Mm-hmm.
yan.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. And goodbye, everyone.
Bye, guys.
And of course, if you like our channel, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell. Thank you. Bye-bye.